Hey, good morning, YouTube, LinkedIn, and Facebook. How y'all doing? It is Sunday morning, so it's time for Cruise Chat Live, where we're going to spend about the next hour or so answering all of your questions, or as many questions as we can, about cruising, cruise ships, cruise lines, cruise this, cruise that. We got so many things to talk about today. Hey, Becky's here. Sue is here. I see you. Listen, oh, wow, we got Candy. We got a whole bunch of people joining in on TikTok as well. If you're new to the channel, I'm Walter, your independent travel advisor, and every Sunday morning we get together to try to answer your questions about cruising, talk about some specials, talk about things going on like our group cruises. If you want to come cruise with us, oh man, we've got 3 that we're booking right now. We're talking about getting some more, and pretty soon we're going to be talking about the Margaritaville Islander because we're going on the brand new ship in just a couple of weeks now. We're so close to going on the Islander. We're going to be on her.
The preview's in 9 days and the inaugural's in 12.
Yeah, so we're basically going to be on the ship from June 11th through the 18th with 1 day off in between as they do some stuff while we get off the ship on the 11th, get back on the ship on the 12th. So, hey, Benny, how are you? And we've got a whole mess of people getting ready to come on into Miami for a huge group cruise. We got about 133 people sailing on the Valiant Lady on June 12th. So, man, we're so excited for y'all. Cannot wait to see all the pictures and everything when you guys come back. There's going to be such a fun group cruise. But, hey, if you're new to the channel, we invite you to like, share, and subscribe. Obviously, TikTok, YouTube, wherever you're watching us, please do subscribe, share, and all that good stuff. And if you have not joined our Facebook group yet, we have a private Facebook group. We have a lovely Facebook group that we invite you to come on and join. Gosh, we're closing in on 600 members, and what's really nice about it, it's just a positive space for everybody to hang out and talk about cruising. We're feeling very relaxed today because we had our friend Stephanie here yesterday, and whenever Stephanie comes over, all work stops and we just hang out. So I actually took like a whole half a day off. Oh my gosh, we've got somebody from Munich, Germany. Hello, Munich. How are you? Wow, it's kind of I love getting that because we were just I just finished a cruise quote for a client who's doing a 14-night river cruise in Germany. Is a huge part of that. So, Nene, how are you? Hey, Michael, thank you so much as ever for your kind words, and thank you so much for the review. We've gotten so many reviews over these past couple of weeks on our Travel Leaders Network site, so thank you so much to everybody who has dropped the reviews in there for us. We really appreciate it. Jessica, good morning. How are you? Eric is here. Eric, good morning. Definitely good morning to you. Oh, and I haven't shown you my new toy. We now have my favorite ship is the one I'm on, is on our coffee mug. Oh, my goodness gracious, people. I know it's backwards on TikTok, but my favorite ship is the one I'm on. Yes, you can order these from our website, along with a whole bunch of other stuff. We've got, obviously, these shirts and a lot of the things that we love. What is this? It's restricted for the next 10 minutes. Okay, I'm not sure what kind of a content disclosure. Let's see. It looks like somebody. There we go. I'm promoting my own brand. There we go. I guess they want me to let you know that I'm promoting my own brand. Where's WalterTravel.com? How are you guys? That's strange. I have not seen that show up before on TikTok. So how are you guys? Good to see you. Hey, Betty's here. Kurt is here. Barbara, can your husband log into the Turn app with his own login? Yes, he is all set up as long as we have his email address. Barbara is talking about our new client portal. We have a Turn for Travelers client app that we now use for all of our clients. Is a free service that we've introduced to all of our clients. And what it does, it keeps all of your itineraries and everything together. You got your itineraries, your documents, your payments, your authorizations. Everything is now in one place, so you don't have to go digging through emails anymore. So yeah, everybody in your party should set up a login. They've got to set up. Each person in the party has to set up a login. You just simply share the link. If your husband didn't get one, and maybe because his email address wasn't in our system, but anybody that you want to create a login, you just send them that link to your trip. And the first thing they got to do is log in and all that good stuff. And I know I sent you the PDF. So yeah, the Turn for Travelers is amazing because all of your trips We've got some clients that have 5-6 trips booked with us. All they have to do is now log in, and all of their trips are right there. And they can communicate with us back and forth. We can put all the updates in there. We put all the documents in there. We put everything in there. So it's like really, really cool that we can do this for everybody now. So yeah, it's really amazing. So yeah, Barbara, we encourage them. If for whatever reason you can't get it to work, Barbara, just reach out. We'll get it all set up. Rebecca, have you been looking up this cruise that Candy is asking about? Candy is saying, do you know?
I know it.
No, I'm just reading it out for people on YouTube who can't see it. Do you know which cruise line of passengers from Vancouver to Houston were on that were sick? That sounds like a gastro.
It does.
Probably a noro thing.
Having a hard time confirming where the ship was coming from and going to, but it sounds like a noro. It does sounds like it affected 3% of the passengers.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Nothing.
So, I mean, noro just had to be reported when it hits 3% of the passengers. Unfortunately, people don't wash their hands. So, so, I mean, there's really not much to comment about other than to say, wash your hands. I mean, that's it. If people wash their hands all the time, and I'm talking to you men out there, because look, I'm in the men's room and I see you guys, you do your business and then you just walk out.
I see them in the women's room too.
See, so, we're seeing you guys, you're in the bathroom, you're in the public bathroom, and then you just walk out and it's like, hello, people, there are sinks, there are soap, there's all this stuff. Wash your hands. That's really all there is. If you don't want to have norovirus on a ship, wash your hands. So, I mean, it's a part of the thing about cruising is, they have to report all of this stuff. So sports stadiums really don't, arenas don't, convention centers don't.
Theme parks don't.
So I remember going to a convention for like 15 years in a row, and people would come down with what they call con crud, and they'd have stomach, they'd have diarrhea, they'd had all this stuff, and it's like, oh man, that sounds like norovirus. Sounds like you had norovirus, but they didn't have to report it. So wash your hands. TK Rom, you're headed on the Freedom of the Seas in 97 days. Have a great time. She's a great ship. That's a great class of ship. Got a little bit of everything for everybody on there. So yeah, have a fabulous time. Christy, happy Sunday. 4 days of school are left, and you're finally on summertime. I'll tell you, Christy posts the most fun photos on Facebook of her kid having a good time out there. Christy is also our moderator in the Facebook group. So definitely come on over and check it out. We have a public Facebook page, which you might be watching this live stream on. And then we also have a private group. So come on over and join the private group. Charlene, do I know how to find out who the comedians are that would be performing on Royal or Allure? So the entertainment schedule is posted in your app, and visiting acts like that may or may not show up until you actually get on the ship, because they're rotating and changing all the time. So the visiting acts are like the last things that are announced. You might see it a couple weeks out, or you might literally not see it until you actually get onto the ship.
Although if you've been on a ship prior and there's a comedian that you particularly enjoyed, usually you can follow their social and find out where they're going to be.
There you go. That's true of a lot of performers, like the drag queens on all the divas on Virgin Voyages. You can follow a woman named Carlos. We got Dixie Crystals. So if you follow their social accounts, they almost always post that, hey, I'm going to be on the Allure for this week. Hey, I'm going to be on that. And a lot of times they're bouncing ships too. They get off at one port, they hop onto the other ship, and they go on. So yeah, so their social accounts really are the best way to do it. Once again, look at that. This is so much fun to actually have my mug, finally. But if you go to our website, I've got an accessories page where you can order shirts, mugs, and then we've got a whole Amazon thing of some of our favorite stuff. TRB, am I excited for the Disney adventure? I mean, I don't know that I'll ever get over to Singapore to see it. It's certainly, let's put it to you this way. I would not fly to Singapore just to go see the Disney adventure. If I was over there, yeah, I certainly would. But it's going to be very, very interesting. I'm still waiting to find out if it's going to have a casino. Jack, good morning from the Hudson Valley, my home, my hometown. How are you, Jack? It's so good to see you. Hey, and thank you. I'm so glad you're out of jail. I mean, I saw the stormtroopers. They looked like they had you, so I'm so glad you escaped with the rebellion and got away from the stormtroopers. I mean, they can't shoot for Jack, right? Hey, Jack, they can't shoot for Jack. Never mind. But good to see you, Jack. And Andrew, if you're there as well. Hi, Andrew. Good to see you. Hey, good morning, Big Willie Webb. Good morning, Alex. How are you? And Alex reminds me that you can follow the musicians too. But back to the Disney adventure. It's going to be an interesting ship. I'm waiting to see if it's going to have a casino. I think we should have like a betting pool on the not an official betting pool because I can't do games of chance, but the over under. Will it have a casino or not? Because that's very important for that market to have a casino. And the original design of that ship under global genting was to have one of the world's largest casinos at sea. So, you're welcome, Barbara. Jessica, I was very helpful in getting turns set up for us. So again, once again, with that turn for travelers, we have this whole new system. In fact, I need to do a video walkthrough of it to show you guys what this whole system is, because it's really cool. A lot of times I would get these emails going, hey, I can't find the document. Hey, I can't find that information you sent. Now it's like literally all in one place. You log in and all of your trips are right there. It's very cool.
Yeah, I will have to admit, on our previous system, we didn't always get the secondary person's email address. Mm-hmm. So if you both want to set up an account, you have to have two separate emails.
And just log in. So yes, Christy, washy. I tell you what, certain cruise lines are better at that than others. Certainly Royal Caribbean is famous for the washy people. They're fabulous. The guy that was on the Icon was probably the best. He was just awesome.
He was amazing.
So yeah. Hey, pretty TK. How are you? Good morning, Peggy. I like all the positive comments about washy. Yay. Good morning, Peggy. You just booked Harv and Marv for September. Oh, yay. That is so awesome. So if anybody's going to Alaska, one of our favorite tours ever was Harv and Marv in Juneau. They're a small whale watching group. Fabulous whale watching tour. Very small boats. I think the boats are like somewhere around 8 or 10 up to about 30 people. So very small boats. And the captains will alter the route based on, where they were seeing the whales earlier that day. Highly recommend them in Juneau. And since we're talking about Alaska, if you're going up to Ketchikan, look up the Island Air Wings with pilot Michelle. And if you're going to Skagway, check out Temsco Helicopters. They have a helicopter tour that will take you on up to the dog sled camp.
Or there's also tours that take you just to glaciers too.
Yes. And Nurse Tara is saying that she likes Turn because you can see the excursions as well. What's nice about it, we can drop in Venture Ashore, which was just on our show on Thursday night. So if you didn't see the show this past Thursday night on YouTube, go back and check it out with Jenny. Venture Ashore is our independent shore excursion partner. And the cool thing about them, they have that return to ship guarantee. So if for whatever reason you should miss the ship because of their tour, they will get you to the next port. It has not happened yet. And number two, they have a don't port, don't pay guarantee as well. So you don't even have to, if your ship is not coming into port, you don't even have to contact them. They know the ship isn't coming into port. Boom, refund, automatic. So yeah, it's beautiful.
And that return to ship guarantee, by the way, just in case you're trying to stretch it, if the tour ends and you wander off on your own, that doesn't count.
No, it had to be as a result of a tour, not getting you back to the port on time. So, Rick, you just got off the QM2 today, the Queen Mary 2. Oh man, I'm hoping that we're going to sail one of the Queens next year. You loved it, but the dress restrictions have relaxed a bit. Whoa, most nights are smart casual. So one of the things I did notice about Cunard is they used to have a PDF that was, or a gallery that was very prominent. Hey, here's our suggested dress for coming onto the Cunard ship. I haven't been able to find it. Somebody said that they found it, they had to kind of dig deep for it. So it's kind of the way of the world. If they want to expand, we want to get more people on. Even Oceana is smart casual in the evenings. I was wearing nice dress jeans with a button down shirt pretty much every night at Oceana. So pretty much everybody, I think fewer people want to bring their formal clothes with them. Cause that's a whole thing, right? You got to bring them along with you. And then you've got to, either press them or get them ready. And fewer people just want to, make that effort to dress up because I'm on vacation and I want to chill versus,
or you want to keep your luggage is
Yeah, and also with all those airline fees, I mean, you know, it used to be, hey, I'll just bring a whole separate set of luggage for my formal stuff. Now it costs more to do that. So I think there's a bunch of factors weighing in on that. And if Cunard wants to expand, you know, their audience, they're going to have to kind of come along with that as well. I mean, I used to bring my jacket all the time because I kind of enjoy wearing a jacket on the cruise, you know, to dinner. You get a little bit more dressed up. But I've even stopped bringing my jacket. Even on the cruises where we drive, I've stopped bringing my jacket along. So yeah, maybe I'll have to do that. You know, maybe Margaritaville. Bring it. Actually, I should bring it on the Sun Princess because we're going to Spellbound. That would actually be kind of fun to wear that. But that is kind of their way of the world. Yeah. James is asking about the Celebrity Reflection. My thoughts are book it. It is a lovely ship. We have sailed Reflection, Equinox, and the Silhouette. Those are three sister ships in the Solstice class. Absolutely lovely ship. They are a little bit more like a resort inside versus being a ship. They have amazing pools. The solarium pool is like, you'll find us there pretty much every day, all day, hanging out in the solarium, which is their indoor pool. Absolutely beautiful. The food, I think the main dining room and buffet are definitely, you know, a step up of what you're used to. I think Princess, Celebrity do an excellent job. Both of them do an excellent job with the main dining room and the buffet. They have good specialty dining, excellent crew. They're the only cruise line I know that does water volleyball, officers versus the guests on the last sea day. Pretty much every cruise, and I love that. It's just so much fun to watch. And you know, I've seen it go both ways. I think on the 4 cruises, I've seen 2 officer wins and 2 guest wins. So it's a lot of fun. So you're welcome, Charlene. Good morning, virtual reality. How are you, Joe? Pretty TK, 65 days to your very first cruise. Oh, the Valiant Lady, you are going to be so spoiled going on Virgin Voyages for your first cruise because so much is included that when you go on to another ship, you're going to be like, oh my God, I got to pay for this. I got to pay for that. Yeah, but wow, what a great ship. Valiant Lady is a fabulous ship. Virgin Voyages is a fabulous cruise line. It is not a party cruise line.
Well, it can be.
It can be, but you know, because you see all the blogs that show Scarlet Night, they show the Manor, they show all the crazy stuff because they got to get views. It actually is a rather chill cruise line if you want it to be. We've been on the ships 4 or 5 times now, and it's a lovely cruise, just to chill and relax. Even on Scarlet Night, if you don't want to partake in that, you just go hang out at the dock or hang out somewhere else. The great ship. I forgot, Tara just got off the Eclipse, which is another sister to the Reflection. Now, the interesting thing about the ship, the Eclipse, the Silhouette, and the Solstice. The Eclipse, the Solstice, and the Equinox, which are sisters to the Celebrity Reflection, those are the only ships, to my knowledge, that have, honest to goodness, glass blowing on a cruise ship. And you pay to do it, and the price depends on what you're going to make. Rebecca and I made goblets. I know Nurse Tara, she said she made a vase. So if you really want to do something different on a cruise ship, Celebrity Solstice, Celebrity Equinox, and the Celebrity Eclipse have, honest to goodness, glass blowing on the ship as an activity, and it is super cool. Good morning, Rick. How are you? Good morning, Bill and Jill. How are you? Nisi says she had no interest in dressing up on vacation, right? I mean, some people don't, right?
Well, I think both ways are valid. And
absolutely valid.
Honestly, it's never really bothered me what other people are wearing in the dining room.
Yeah.
I don't understand people who get really worked up about what somebody else is wearing, as long as they're not in like a bathing suit or obvious gym outfit. Really.
Yeah.
They have clothes on, they have shoes on, I'm good.
Yeah. But you know, and then Mr. Rock Tight there says, I usually want to get some nice pictures. And that's one great reason to bring the clothes, because you are going to have that opportunity to get photos, except on Virgin Voyages, no photographers. But you are going to have that opportunity to get some nice photos, get some pictures. I mean, there is something about dressing up. And ironically, Virgin Voyages is one of the cruise lines that I see more people dressing up for dinner than I think that I see on the other cruise line. And Virgin has absolutely no dress code whatsoever.
Well, no bathing suits.
Yeah, no bathing suit. But I mean, literally, like you can show up in gym shorts and a T-shirt and go to any of the restaurants on Virgin Voyages. But ironically, on that ship, I see more people putting effort into dressing to the nines to go to dinner, which is actually really cool. Oh yeah, Nurse Tara is saying on the celebrity solstice class, you also have the real grass there as well. Joe, Larry's excited about the solarium. Yay. So Joe just booked, my virtual reality just booked on the Celebrity Beyond for a Panama Canal cruise. Hopefully Captain Kate will be on the ship. I'm really curious. You know, Captain Kate launched the Edge class, so she was the Edge captain. Then when the Beyond came out, the Beyond was the first, I don't know, Edge Plus. I don't know what they call it, but she's a bigger ship. Now the Excel is coming out in 2025, late 2025, November, I believe. She is the next evolution of the Edge class. So will Captain Kate and Bug end up moving over to the Excel in November of 2025? I'm kind of watching to see what's going to happen. So,
well, don't the captains usually start earlier, like while it's still in construction?
Yeah, but usually like the last four to 6 months.
Okay.
Yeah. So, Pam, Carnival Luminosa in August, Alaska. Our thoughts? Honestly, it would not be my first choice for Alaska, and it has nothing to do with the Luminosa. It's more Princess and Holland would be like my first choice up there. But the Luminosa, the interesting thing about Luminosa, the reviews are very mixed on that particular ship. We do have some guests going to Alaska next year. Because they wanted that specific ship. They're Carnival fans. They wanted that specific ship to go to Alaska. Like if you're a high level VIP in Carnival, oh, absolutely, because you're going to get some deals and specials that are probably going to be worth it. August, if you start going in later August, that's when it starts getting quieter because the kids are all going back to school. In fact, if you go in like the first week of September, first or second week in September, it's going to be even quieter. I don't know how long the Luminosa is there until she heads back to, I think Australia is where she'll be heading back to. But the Luminosa, it gets very mixed reviews, which is interesting. Some people absolutely love it. Some people absolutely hate it. And it seems to be, I don't want to say reminiscent of MSC, but it kind of has a lot of that variable in the reviews versus what I see across the rest of the Carnival fleet. So
I think bottom line, when you're going to Alaska, the most important thing is Alaska.
Itinerary.
The ship is kind of secondary.
It is. Get the best itinerary. You know, like a lot of people want to go to Glacier Bay. And, you know, if you want to go to Glacier Bay, the predominant cruise lines are going to be Princess and Holland because they have the most passes to get in. But Rebecca is absolutely correct. The itinerary takes precedent over everything. So Luminosa is going to be a round trip from Seattle. Make sure the itinerary is what you like. We'll be more than happy to help you out if you want to reach out. And I'll remind everybody, we are your full service travel advisor. So if you'd like assistance with your cruises, with your land tours, your expeditions, luxury travel, just reach out. Our services are 100% free to you. You don't pay a dime for our services. Where'swaltertravel.com. Go to contact us. If you're watching us on TikTok, you just click my logo and there will be a link tree in there. The very first link is contact us. If you're watching us on YouTube, there's links in the description. Watching us on Facebook, there's a link in the description. And if you're watching us on, what did I say? So LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, links in the description. We're on all of them today. All right. Elite on Celebrity changed the perk to give happy hour on the first day. I haven't seen what they changed. You know, the interesting thing is, the big thing I know that they changed is Royal Caribbean Group just came out, finally got smart, and they are now matching status across all three of their cruise lines. So you've got Celebrity Cruises, Royal Caribbean, and Silversea. Some people still don't realize that Royal Caribbean purchased Silversea, so they now have them. That is your luxury cruise line. They just launched the Silver Nova. We've got a client talking about Alaska. We've got a client going up to Alaska very shortly on the Silver Nova. It looks absolutely beautiful. But now, and it's confusing, though. They say they're going to match the status. So, you know, if you're Zenith on Celebrity, you're going to be that top pinnacle on Royal Caribbean. But they say that the points won't come over, which is kind of confusing. Well, so you're going to get the level, but you're not going to get every single perk as if you had earned Pinnacle on Royal Caribbean.
Yeah, I mean, it's just that, yeah, you get the privileges of the other status. Exactly. You just don't get actual points.
Yeah, you don't get everything.
Yeah, and I mean, Royal Caribbean Celebrity always matched, but they capped it at a certain level, and now that's gone.
Now it's a 1-for-1 match. So if you're top level here, you're top level, and you know if you're Zenith on Celebrity, you're now top level on Royal Caribbean and Silversea, which is really, really cool.
And the thing to realize when there are those kind of matching things, they match the levels, but the perks in those levels are still different.
Yes.
So
all the perks are different.
Yeah, so the same level on Celebrity will get you different things than it will get you on Royal.
And of course, I've already seen all the complaints on the Cruise Critic board. Well, I'm used to getting this from Royal. I'm not going to get that from Celebrity. It's like, hey, at least you're coming in at that level, which sometimes will give you, maybe better pricing, might give you some added perks when we do the booking. I mean, just be happy that they're actually status matching across. Now we all look to Carnival and go, are you guys going to do something similar? Because Carnival owns so many cruise lines. And I've had guests say, hey, look, I'm at this level on Carnival. I'm at this level on Princess. I'm at this level on Holland America. Will they match it up? And it's like, no, Carnival runs every cruise line as a silo. They are their own company. And it'll be interesting to see if any of that starts to come across. I doubt it, but it'll be interesting to see if any of that comes across. I have
heard rumors that they are talking about it with the Norwegian lines.
No.
I don't know how far into discussions, or if this is just an idea that's been thrown out there.
That would almost match up Royal Caribbean, because you got Norwegian Cruise Line, Oceania, and Regent. So you've got, a family cruise line or a mainstream cruise line. You've got a first level luxury, and then you've got top level luxury. It's sort of kind of what Royal Caribbean has with the family cruise line, a luxury cruise line. Celebrity is mainstream luxury, and then of course you got Silversea, which is top level luxury. Good morning, Aaron. How are you? Only 10 days to your group cruise. That's going to be amazing. I'm so excited for everybody. Again, we've got like 133 people booked on the Valiant Lady. They're all coming in on June 12th to go explore. We are actually going to be on the Margaritaville Islander for the inaugural, but you guys are going to have an amazing time.
At that point, it'll still be the preview.
Yeah. Good morning, Joyce. Mr. Rocktight, recently retired and you want to go on more cruises? Well, certainly reach out. Hey, if we can help you. I mean, one of the big things when you're retired, obviously you have more flexibility, so we can find better times of the year. When you're not retired, you got like certain windows you can go, and a lot of times that's when everybody else can go, so the prices are higher. But when you're retired, hey, if you got more flexibility, we can say, well, yeah, you can go in July when everybody else is going, or hey, if you wait till January, it's almost half price. So yeah, hey, reach out if we can help you for sure. Christy got all dressed up for the photos on your cruise. That is so lovely. Coastal Chick, good morning. You're cruising over Christmas, expectations of holidays on board. So I don't know which ship you're going on.
Which line?
And Rebecca, you can watch to see if maybe she answers while I'm doing this. And for those of you on TikTok, I do answer slowly because I try to answer all the questions. In fact, everybody here. If you're asking me a question, it takes me a little while to get to your question because I like to answer them all. But depending on the cruise line, like if you're going on a family cruise line, you're going to have a ton of kids. We have had over 1,000 kids on Royal Caribbean ships, for example, at Christmas time. Consequently, we were on the Oceania Serena last Christmas and New Year's, which is only
Viking.
Oh, you're going on Viking. Oh, well, then forget about the kids. There's no kids on the ship. Yay. So the ship's going to be sold out. But Viking, if you're talking about Viking Ocean, then that's between 700 and 900 passengers only on those ocean ships. So going on that cruise probably won't be all that much different than going on a normal Viking cruise that's sold out, just because Viking doesn't have that influx of children all of a sudden coming.
Although I would suspect to be kind of similar to our Serena experience over the holidays, in that there'll be like maybe some, like they had on the Serena, they had cookies out every day.
Oh, just that. Cookies, yeah. I mean, obviously for the
decorations.
Yeah.
They had a holiday show they did.
Right. And what you may have on that cruise is more quote unquote younger people, right? So, 18 to 25 that are coming with their parents that you might not typically see. Like on the Oceania Serena, it's not 18 plus, but we had 65 children on a 655 passenger ship, and that's like unheard of. Or actually 55 children on a 650 passenger ship. They literally didn't know what to do because they're like, we've never had this many kids on a ship. So that was unusual. But you're definitely going to have, you're probably going to have cookies. You might have we had carolers when we got on board the ship.
That was so much fun.
That was cool. So you should have a great time. Oh, thank you, Joe. Walter is fantastic. Use him. He's great with the details. Thank
They
you.
showed a Christmas movie at one point. Which movie was it? They showed Elf? They showed Elf.
They showed Elf. That's right. That was fun.
So, I mean, I don't know what Viking will do, but I bet it's kind of similar. They'll probably have some holiday performances.
Yeah.
Even possibly lectures on like different holidays. Decorations, maybe some Christmas cookies around, things like that.
Absolutely.
And probably a special holiday meal as well.
Yeah. Pretty TK got a great question. Wanting to book your next cruise while on board a Valiant Lady, what do I do to have you as my travel agent? Oh, that's a great question. While you're at the Get Lost desk, and that's what they call it, the Get Lost desk, I love that, on Virgin Voyages, you would simply tell the agent that you would like me to be your travel agent, and you would give them my name and KHM Travel Group. That's the important thing. You got to give them the host agency that we work under, which is KHM Travel Group. If they can't figure it out while you're on the cruise, then you can always reach out to me after the cruise, and we can have the first mate's support take care of it as well. But thank you so much for asking. I appreciate it.
And generally, if you've booked with Walter, the original cruise, if you've booked with Walter, when you go to the future cruise on whatever line it is, 99% of the time they get it right, and it automatically will go to Walter.
Small percentages don't. But if I booked your Virgin Voyages cruise, for example, and then you go down to the Get Lost desk, Virgin's really good about it. It would just automatically be assigned to me. So Dub says crab legs are the best part about Alaska. I'm telling you, man, the food is good in Alaska. Salmon is amazing. I've yet to this day, because we did the land tour, we were at Copper River, Princess's Lodge in Copper River, and the salmon to this day is the best salmon I've ever had because they just freaking caught it out in the Copper River. So it's amazing. Alex noticed that some other cruise lines are starting to copy the food court concept from Virgin, most notably Sun Princess. It's not necessarily a food court concept, but I'm so happy that on the Sun Princess, the staff is serving us in the buffet. We are not grabbing. I'm not a big fan of self-serve buffets. I like it when they serve us, which is another great thing about Oceania. Oceania, they served us at the buffet, which was great. JT Thomas, you're heading on the Sunshine this Thursday and then the Mardi Gras on July 27th. Fabulous. 2 great cruise ships. You're going to have such a good time. You're probably not going to want to eat a guy's burger for a while after that second cruise. They're so good. Colonel Dave Dixon, are we joining you on the April 12th, 2025 on the maiden voyage of the World America? That is the brand new MSC World America. We don't know. We don't know yet. We have not booked anything on that ship yet. We do have a group going out May 31st on the Norwegian Aqua, and then we have a group in June right after that. So we don't know yet. We've actually kind of talked to some of the folks over at MSC. They don't know yet if there's going to be a preview cruise, so we may end up on a preview cruise to go see what the ship is all about. But so far, no. But do we plan to go on the World America? Absolutely. I want to see what that ship is all about. And of course, there's the rumors that they're going to build a ship even bigger than the Icon. Who knows? Nurse Tara wants to be retired and go on more cruises, but not there yet. I think we all want to do that. Even us, we work as travel advisors. We can't even go on as many cruises as we want to because we're so busy. Yesterday was like the best day ever. Stephanie came over here from the Sean and Steph channel. She's about the only person that can shut down this company for a day. Even Rebecca said, I don't think I've seen you take a half a day off in a long time. But when Stephanie comes over, everything stops. We hang out. We all saw Barbie for the first time. We've never seen Barbie. We finally saw it yesterday, and then we just spent the rest of the day talking about Disney theme parks. Best day ever. Best day ever. JT Thomas says the Carnival needs to up their VIP rewards for platinum and diamond levels. And to think of it too, they might even have to introduce another level because so many people are getting there, right? So then you got to introduce another level. That's what
Disney did.
Yeah, so Disney introduced Pearl, which is a whole new level. And probably even Royal Caribbean might have to start looking at that too, add another level on top. But there's only so much they can offer too. And one of the things that I always remind people, because we get that question all the time, should we stay with one cruise line for a while, get those perks, and then maybe look at somebody else? And the one thing I like to remind everybody is look at how much those things cost. You're going to get free Wi-Fi. You might get a couple of drinks. You might get, free laundry service. Like, what are those perks? How much do they actually cost?
And would you even use them?
Yeah. So like laundry service, how many of you use that on a 7-day cruise? So if you look at how much those things cost, and then how much is it going to cost you to actually get there? If it's going to cost you $25,000 to $120,000 to get to free laundry, I mean, you would have paid for a lot of laundry to get to that point. So my point is kind of weigh that. I mean, if you really love Carnival, or you really love Royal Caribbean, or you really love Princess, and I just want to stay with this line, then do it. But if you're just staying with the line because I want to get these perks, really consider how much those perks cost versus, it may take me 5 more years to get to that level I want to. And in those 5 years, I could have tried out. I could have tried Celebrity. I could have tried Princess just to see what they're like. So Coastal Chick, what's a top level luxury cruise line?
Well, I can tell you now, not everybody would agree on this answer.
Well, no. I mean, there are a couple that come to mind. I mean, Regent Seven Seas, Viking, Seabourn, Silver Sea. Those could potentially be. And then of course you get into Ponant, which is a very exclusive luxury cruise line, and then Explorer Journeys is now really making waves. If you will, pardon the pun, but Explorer Journeys is really starting to make waves. That is an MSC brand. It is an offshoot of MSC. They've already committed to building 6 ships. 1 is sailing. Number 2 is coming out next year. In fact, I think 2 might be coming out. 2 and 3 might be coming out next year. But MSC is sinking a lot of money into Explorer Journeys, and from my colleagues who have already been on the ships, we said, "Oh man, they're serious about this. This is a beautiful ship." MSC is MSC Cruises is the sister to MSC Freight Company, which is the largest shipping company in the world. So they have basically unlimited pockets to build these ships. Explorer Journeys is actually a passion project of one of the daughters in that family, and she's all in. From those who have cruised on those ships, they're like, they're overbuilt, they're bigger than they need to be, and apparently it sounds like 3, 4, and 5 are actually going to be like a little bit bigger than 1 and 2. So we've already got guests booked on them, but those would be the ones that come to mind right off the bat. You would have Regent, Viking, Seabourn, Silver Sea, Explorer, Ponant. Ponant is a very small ship, very high-end luxury. So yeah, that's what comes to mind. Eric says that retirement cruising is awesome, the best life. I bet it is, and thank you so much for allowing us to be your travel partner, Eric. We're really having a good time working with you. Good morning, Tor Evans. How are you? Good to see you. JT Thomas, let's see. No kids, laugh out loud on Viking. Yay, I love that. Let's see. Nicole said that you've used us twice and we're great. Well, thank you. It's a very nice comment. I appreciate that. Pretty TK, got a great question there. Your dining reservations open up on June 23rd for the Valiant Lady. Any tips? Yeah, use a travel agent next time. So, and I'm joking, but I'm only kind of like half joking. So Virgin Voyages, when the dining reservations open, they open up 45 days out, or they open 60 days out, depending if you're a rock star or a sailor. And you have to book them through the app. You can't book them through the website. So the app is prone to lock up when the dining reservations come online. And Virgin Voyages knows this. They've known this for a long time. They've yet to correct the issue. I don't know really what the issue is, but they've yet to correct it. So the way around that problem is to work with a travel advisor, because when the booking engine's working now, hey, the booking engine can go down as well. But when the booking engine's working, I can go into your reservation and book your dining for a Virgin Voyages cruise in about 5 minutes, so long as it's all working. And so when I have guests, I try to remind them that, hey, if you want to send me your dinner reservation, like what night you want to go, what time you want to go, where you want to go, I'll jump in. I mean, they usually come online about 11:45 p.m. Eastern time. So if they go, so you said June 23rd. So on June 22nd at about between 11:30 and 11:45 p.m. Eastern time, they should come online, and then you can start booking. So.
And you'll start seeing the restaurants and not be able to book them first, and then they'll times will start filling in.
Yeah. So it's kind of a staggered thing.
But I will say, if you're doing it on your own, get up and do it. Or if you're on West Coast, bonus, you don't have to get up.
Yeah, you don't have to get up.
But pick your most important reservation first and try and get that one.
Yeah.
And then kind of go down the scale of, what's important to you, because you never know when it's going to lock up.
Right.
And just bring your patient pants. And if for some reason it's just not working, go to bed, try again at 5, 6 in the morning and see what you can still get.
I mean, they will close usually within 24 hours of going online because everybody's trying to get in there. But they do keep about 40% of the reservations open until you get on the ship. So you do have a second chance to do that when you get on there. But like Rebecca said, bring your patient pants and start with your first restaurant that you really want to. If you really want to go to the wake on the third night of the cruise, go there first and then book them backwards. So yeah, absolutely. Let's see, Brant, what is our opinion of the Key on Royal Caribbean? Well, the Key is an interesting program. So that basically allows you to sort of kind of buy into some sweet perks. You can get on the ship early. You can drop I think the best thing is you can drop your bags off when you walk onto the ship. So if you're rolling on a lot of your stuff, you can just drop your stuff off. You have the Key lunch, which honestly, I will skip that the next time.
Although it may be better on, say, smaller ships.
It might be, but it's a Crown Grill lunch on in the main dining room. The nice thing was we were in the main dining room. We didn't have to worry about
it. It was relaxed.
So basically, what we recommend is look at the price of the Key and then look at the price of Wi-Fi, because Wi-Fi is included in the Key. If they're getting pretty close, then the Key is a good value. If it's a real big split between the Key and the price of the Wi-Fi, while the perks are nice, we don't need them.
Although do bear in mind, you do have to buy the Key for every person in the cabin.
Yeah, every person in the cabin.
Maybe at a certain, maybe under 12 or under 10, there's a certain age where I don't think you have to buy it for them. But you have to definitely buy it and Royal Caribbean considers you an adult as far as their fares and everything goes at 12 years old.
Yeah.
So
I think it's a good program. It just if the value is there, for you, and most people will tell you look at the price of the Wi-Fi per day and look at the price of the Key per day, and if they're getting kind of close, then it's actually a good deal. Great question from Rick. Do all agents have access to the same fares? Discount agencies make claims of lowest rates or last minute rates. I have actually done TikToks and YouTubes about this. There is a very prominent, there's multiple prominent discount sites that just show this extremely low fare online. And they're like, Walt, your price is like $500 more than them. How does this work? And it's the same price. They're just leaving off all the fees. They're showing you the lowest price cabin. They're playing all these games. Nobody can discount the price of a cruise. Nobody's permitted to discount the price of a cruise. The only way you can do that is to book a group, and you book a group far enough in advance. Like, for example, we have cabins on the Oceania Riviera in June of 2025 for our Alaska cruise that are up to $1,000 under the public price. But that's because we locked in the rate as a group, like 6 months ago. So we locked in that. So our rate from 6 months ago hold until our group sale.
Longer than that. I think it was October or so.
And then on Norwegian, we have cabin rates up to $1,000 less than the public price because we locked in a group, over 400 days before the sailing. That's the only way that we can discount the price from the cruise line. In terms of, and then we've got something like family, friend, travel partner, friends, and family rates from Royal Caribbean. So we have access to that. So if there is a discount being offered by the cruise line, we can totally offer that. In terms of the fares that are online, like if you went to Royal Caribbean right now and looked at their fare, and then you called me for the exact same cabin, we're going to be the exact same rate. The thing is, when you book through directly through the cruise line, you're paying for a service that you didn't get because our fees are built in to all of the cruise line cruise fares, because they can't sell the cabins. I think if I remember this correctly from our conference in April travel agents sell something like 75% of all cruise cabins. It's like somewhere around there. I could be wrong, but that's the number that sticks in my head. So those discount cheap websites, they get the same price as we do. The only way that they can have a lower price is if they have a block of group cabins that they've been holding since they came online. That's a great question, though, Rick. Thank you for asking. Yeah. Let me see over here. Ashley's asking about casino programs. I don't know who has the best one. I don't partake in them. I don't recommend them. I used to work for a casino, and the house always wins. Even though you think you're getting free cruises, you're not getting free cruises. You're probably paying more than all the people around you. So
it is something people enjoy.
It is something to enjoy. I'll tell you, casinos are amazing, and Carnival is kind of, in terms of the biggest player out there, Carnival is really trying to set themselves up to be, the casino of choice at sea for sure. Have we stopped in Bimini before? Suggestions on things to do in Bimini. We have only visited Bimini with Virgin Voyages, and when you go with Virgin Voyages, that whole beach club is included. The Virgin Voyages Beach Club is included. 2 massive pools, beautiful sandy beach, all the food, everything is included. If you go with another cruise line, that is an excursion. It is the Resorts World Beach Club, because that is all Resorts World. But you, talking of casinos, you have a casino there. You can take a golf cart around. There's other things to do, but I don't know of anything to do other than just the beach club, because the beach club is absolutely lovely. So, Vintage Voyager. Oh, hey, we helped you so much booking dinner for your recent transatlantic on Scarlet Lady. I'm so glad we could help. Yeah, so and that is the thing, with Royal Caribbean Celebrity, we have access to your cruise planner, which is really cool. So now we can help you, plan out your excursions and your packages and all of that on those 2 cruise lines. On Princess, we have access to it. Yeah, if you need help, but the cruise lines are starting to open up the back end to us now, which is nice. So we can get in there and start helping you, plan stuff out, which is really, really nice. But thank you for the kind words. Betty says you have to try my favorite old fashioned on Virgin Voyages. You had your first old fashioned per my recommendation. You were not disappointed. She is talking about the nutty old fashioned in the test kitchen, which I did find out you can go to the bar. There is a bar just as you walk into the test kitchen. You can order that drink at the bar. It is called the nutty old fashioned. It's amazing. My second favorite, well, I don't know, it's really close, is the standard old fashioned at the world class bar on a celebrity ship. Yay. Disney Monique, you love the Animator's Palette restaurant on Disney Dream. It's really nice. I'll tell you, Disney knows how to do dining. And some people are like, well, I don't want fixed time dining. Yes, you do. It really works really nicely. The way they rotate you through the 3 restaurants, you get the same servers every day. It's a lot of fun. The only thing I will say, because we did it on the Disney Fantasy, was I would skip the second dinner in the Animator's Palette, because that whole animation thing, where you draw stuff and it all plays and all that. I mean, it's really adorable, right? And the kids love it, but it does bring your meal to a complete stop for about 20 minutes. So probably on the second Animator's Palette night is when I would book, Remy or Paolo for dinner. So
they usually don't know what your rotation is before
until you get on the ship.
And
right.
You have to book Remy or Paolo before you get on the ship.
Exactly. You totally have to do that. So, oh my gosh, we've got so many comments on YouTube as well. Okay, I'm jumping back and forth here, folks. Kurt said the key was great because of the Wi-Fi price. So again, the key on Royal Caribbean, watch the Wi-Fi price. Hey, here's a great question from Rick, and we have not done this particular thing, but if anybody is watching, Princess Cruises is offering a Brightline special where you can book the Brightline from Orlando or West Palm Beach, and you can check your luggage with Brightline onto the train, and your luggage will end up on the ship. Has anybody actually done that yet? And also, if you want to save 15% on your Brightline ride, just use the code Princess15, all one word. Princess and the number 15, all one word. You'll save 15% on your Brightline. I keep forgetting about that every time I go on Brightline site. But Rick, we have not actually done that yet. It's a great idea. Where you would literally check your luggage at the Brightline train station, and it will end up on your ship. So if anybody has actually done that so far, please chime in and let us know. That would be fabulous. It's been a while
since we've traveled with a piece of luggage that we were checking in.
Yeah.
because.
Yeah, we haven't checked in luggage in a very long time. Another great question in terms of using a travel agent, WDW guy. Hey, we were just talking about Disney yesterday with Stef. We are in Orlando, so we're down there a lot. Hey, Walter and Rebecca, I have Utopia and Symphony booked later this year as a solo traveler. Would I have maybe gotten better perks or even a better price if you booked through Where's Walter Travel? The answer is maybe. It all depends on what you were booking and when you were booking. I mean, Utopia is a brand new shiny toy, so those prices are kind of up there. Do they have friends and family rates?
I don't think so.
Probably not, but we do have Icon and Star on here. No, we got Vision. So the answer is maybe. Just depends on what you booked and when you booked, what perks were running. The one thing that we try to do as travel advisors is we try to throw something in there for you. It might be some onboard credit. It might be a gift when you come on board. It might be something. Sometimes we can't, but we try to do it as much as we can. The other thing that we can do is if there's a price adjustment and either you're going to see it or we're going to see it, and you may say, hey, well, I think the price went down. I don't have to call Royal Caribbean. All I have to do is just go onto the booking engine and change the price. So that's one big thing. Working with it. I think that's one of the biggest reasons why people like to work with us, because they don't have to call the cruise line. My job, I got to call them. And the people that I call are not the same as the public 1-800 call center. I do have a call center that I call that is specific for travel agent support. And then you said Utopia, that's going to be Kathy. I have Kathy and Kelly, who are my direct reps, who are amazing. Oh my God, Kathy's like the best. If you go way back through my lives and you go back and watch the one that we did on the Icon of the Seas, Kathy came and hung out with us at about the 40-minute mark. She's the best. So that's one of the biggest things that you do get, working with us is to, you get our support. We try to give you some perks where we can. And then if there's something like, family and friends rate going on, we're going to check that out and pull that up for you. Like I've got Icon of the Seas for less than $4,000 for 2 people on a balcony for a 7-night cruise, which is really low for the Icon of the Seas. And I've got, how many of these sailings do we have? We got like 40 of these sailings available right now. So that is the biggest thing. We don't always get you the lowest price. We may get you the exact same price as working with Royal Caribbean, but we're going to try to give you the most personalized service we can. And then we are your one point of contact. So we can also handle your flights, your hotels, things like that as well. So we're full service, land tours and cruising. So thank you so much for reaching out. I hope you give us a chance. Since you brought it up, Where's Walter Travel? We are your independent travel advisor. Our services are 100% free to you. You don't pay a dime for our services. And we're with you. When we book you on that cruise, that's just the start of the journey. We stay with you all the way until you come home. So any questions you have, we get on conference calls, we get on video chats with clients, we talk about things, and then we go through and we book, we book things for you. And sometimes we don't even book. Sometimes we're just giving advice. Sometimes it's just a 1-hour chat just to talk through things. And that's what we do. I think a bunch of you have kind of figured out I really like what I do. I'm actually really enjoying this. This is my second career, and I'm enjoying it way more than I ever thought I would. And it's so much fun. So yeah. So thank you for the question there. I really do appreciate it. Let's see. Lauderson, have we been on the Prima, the Norwegian Prima? We have not been on the Prima yet. We've sent quite a few clients on the Prima and the Viva, but we're going to be on the Aqua in May of 25. So soon. So the Prima is an interesting beast because the Prima and the Viva were being built basically at the same time. So there's really no changes in them. And the biggest knocks on them is that there's way too much quote unquote wasted space. There's a lot of retail on there. The public spaces are really small. Like the comedy club and some of the venues are much smaller than they should be for a ship that size. Now, that class was originally intended to be a competitor to Virgin Voyages. They were originally going to make those ships adults only. And then the pandemic came and they changed gears. So the ship, it was going to kind of be like Haven-esque throughout the entire ship, which it does. It's an elevated looking ship. And that is the only knock on it. However, the cabins are stunning. The food in general gets really good reviews, especially the food hall. I can't remember the name of the food hall. Huh?
Indulge?
Yeah, the Indulge food hall gets really high marks as well. So we haven't been on it yet, but we do have a group going May 31st under Norwegian Aqua. And as I mentioned just a minute ago, we have some balcony cabins that are up to $1,000 less than the current public price. I can't even tell you what the prices are. So, hey, Scott, how are you? You're going to be on the Islander. That's fantastic. You're going to be on the Islander at the same time we are. Are we actually going to get to meet you? We're going to be on that inaugural, although we haven't gotten the confirmation yet. I guess we should get that confirmation this week. We're going to be on the preview June 11th through the 13th, and then June 14th through the 18th, we'll be on the inaugural. Frank only has 21 days to the Brilliance in Alaska. God, it seems like 4 years ago we booked that cruise. That was quite a while ago that we actually booked that cruise. I'm so excited. So excited for you guys, man. Brilliance of the Seas in Alaska. That is a nice, small cruise. So, yeah. WDW guy, Tiana's Bayou Adventure. Yeah, they just start the previews today for cast members. AP soon. Are we going? We are planning to go June 23rd.
We have the 20th as an annual pass holder preview. Yeah. And then we're going with Stephanie on her cast member preview, which I think is the 23rd.
Yeah. So the intention is to go on June 21st for the annual pass holders. And then Stephanie has graciously invited us to come with her. She can bring 2 people with her for the cast member preview. So we're going to go on the 23rd as well. I am so excited. Nancy, you're so sad to be back home. You're going to be contacting us soon about booking our next cruise. That's how it works. You had such a good time. Now it's like, oh man, we're back home. We got to get out there again. Nancy, and thank you so much for the kind words. We're so proud to be your travel partner. Thank you for allowing us to be your travel partner. I'm so glad you had a great time. I'm so glad you had a great time.
I do find it sad when we have no cruises booked.
I know. It's the worst. We haven't had that in a while, though.
No, we haven't.
Since we become travel advisors, we're keeping that wall full. So it's a good thing. And Scott is going to be on June 14th through the 18th. Scott, are we actually going to meet for once? Yay! Finally, I'm so excited. I am so excited. So we should get our confirmation this week from Margaritaville. So I'll reach out to them. So yes, okay, let's plan to meet up while we're on there. Frank says that we've been incredibly helpful. Thank you so much. We're information based and they really help you make informed decisions. That is the big thing about working with an independent travel advisor versus calling, the cruise line, because the cruise line's job to make sure you don't hang up the phone, to make sure you book that cruise. And for me, I don't want it. Kind of sounds weird, but I'm happy no matter what cruise line you book. I'll book you on any cruise line. I just want you to get the best vacation. You can't get that. You can't call up Carnival and go, well, now what about the Adventure of the Seas over on Royal Caribbean? How do you guys compare to that? They're not going to talk about that because that's not their job. Their job is to tell you how absolutely freaking amazing.
And then people in their call center don't have that in their little book. Yeah.
So whereas I'm more than happy to talk about the Adventure of the Seas versus the Mardi Gras versus the Norwegian Prima versus, MSC. Yeah, we can have that conversation all day long. So that is absolutely fabulous. So yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you, WDW guy. And if we can help you in the future, please do reach out. Great question from Kara. How many people is considered a group? That depends on the cruise line. But in general, it's either 8 cabins, 16 people. So it's got to be double occupancy, or 10 cabins and 20 people. Now, Rebecca's doing this to me because there is Norwegian Cruise Line, which is only 5 cabins and 10 people.
Princess has a program where it's 5 cabins too.
Oh,
so there
are they at 5?
Yeah, so it's generally going to be between 5 and 10 cabins, depending on the program you book under and the cruise line.
Yes, yeah. So 5 cabins, 10 people, up to 10 cabins, 20 people. Now, Virgin Voyages, again, different. It's 10 cabins, and it's just 10 cabins. It can be a combination of solo and double occupancy. It can be, that. But they're the only cruise line I know of. I don't even know if Norwegian counts as solo as 1 cabin. I think even Norwegian with the 5 cabins, it has to be 10 people. So it just depends on the cruise line and what you get. Like Norwegian is fabulous. If you can start your group over 400 days out, I think it's 420 days out, something like that, you get 15% off the cruise. Then if you're within 300 something days, you get 10% off the cruise. So they give you a lot of incentive for starting that group early. If you have questions about it, we can certainly help you out. Joyce, you're cruising on Margaritaville Islander in December. Oh, very nice. Very nice for the holidays. That's going to be That is going to be really good. Disney Monique's heard about the Bright Line train. It's fantastic. It is. We've used it 3 times now to go from Orlando to Miami, and then I took it from Orlando to Fort Lauderdale. Absolutely fantastic.
I can guarantee you we'll do it on our Sun Princess cruise in October.
Yeah.
To Fort Lauderdale.
We will. Pretty TK, you're taking a Bright Line train to Port of Miami. Can't find what they charge to check a bag. I do not know. We've never had to check a bag for Bright Line.
It is on there somewhere. When you're in the booking process, there is a section where they ask you if you have checked bags, and it will tell you
that's right.
What the cost is. I can't remember offhand what it is.
Just go in there to start booking your ride, and at some point they're going to ask you how many checked bags you have, and the price will be in there. Lamia, I'm sorry, I'm probably butchering that. Do you have to be an AARP member to buy the gift card? Oh, great question, and this is a big thing that I recommend to all of my clients. AARP Rewards offers gift cards for Princess Cruises, Celebrity Cruises, Royal Caribbean, Holland America, and Carnival. So Holland America and Princess, you get 8% off the cards. Everybody else, you get 10% off the card. So you can essentially save.
I thought Holland was 10 too.
No, it was 8% last night.
Oh, they must have changed recently.
So you can use these gift cards to pay off your entire cruise, whether you're working with us or not. And in fact, I encourage all of my clients to use them. So a $500 gift card will cost you $460 or $450, depending on the discount. And a $100 gift card will cost you $92 or $90. With certain cruise lines, you do, the ones that are called premium, you do have to be a member, and anybody can join AARP. You don't have to be a certain age anymore. Anybody can join it. And I don't know if they're still running it, but it was $12 for the first year. So whatever it costs to join AARP, it's probably going to be better. I just had a client, no lie, she had 4 cabins in the Mediterranean on Celebrity, saved about $1,500 across all 4 cabins by using those gift cards. And the way it works is you buy the gift cards from AARP, you forward the email to me that says, hey, here's your reward. I pull that information. Now with Princess, Holland America, and Carnival, I just simply enter the gift card information and boom, it's in real time. With Celebrity and Royal Caribbean, I actually have to email it in, and it takes up to 7 business days for them to process it. So you don't want to wait too long. The only caveat is that you can buy 5 per month per account. So you don't want to wait till like the end of the cruise and go, okay, now I need 10 cards to pay off my cruise. You like buy them little by little. That's a great question though. Great question.
And there are some, like some of the lines don't let you use them for the deposit.
Yeah.
Some of the lines don't let you use them to buy onboard credit or to use while on the ship.
Like Princess, Holland America, you can use the cards 100% for the entire thing. For Celebrity, you have to pay the deposit. Then you can use the card, Celebrity Royal Caribbean. And Celebrity Royal Caribbean, for example, I know you cannot use the card for anything on board. Unfortunately, we did have a guest recently who ran into that. But fortunately, she has another Celebrity cruise book, so she can use that. But great question. Sarah's looking at the Celebrity Reflection going to Key West, Bimini, and Coco Cay. Have we done that cruise? Haven't done that particular cruise, but we've been to all of those ports. Celebrity Reflection, fabulous ship. Key West, you're going to want to go to DJ's Clam Shack and get the lobster roll and the fried clams. They're amazing. At Bimini, we were just talking about that a little while ago. You're going to see the Resorts World Beach Club. That's the Virgin Voyages Beach Club that you can pay for an excursion there. And then Coco Cay, of course, Coco Cay is fabulous. So it's a lot of fun. So it's really cool that they're now bringing Celebrity ships on over to Coco Cay, and I'm sure they're going to be going to those new Royal Caribbean, beach clubs or whatever it is that they're coming up with. So yeah. Frank, sounds like you should join AARP. I think everybody watching this, if you're doing a lot of cruising and you're planning to do a lot of cruising on Royal Caribbean, Celebrity, Princess, Holland America, or Carnival, if you're booking those 5 lines, you are like leaving 8 to 10% in savings on the table by not joining AARP and using those gift cards. I'm actually going to be making a video for it. I'm going to be doing a PDF for my guests, but it's under AARP Rewards. And then there's usually a search bar that says search all rewards. Just type the name of the cruise line and the gift cards will show up. Really cool. So, Falk, what is the cost of utilizing you guys? Zero. Our services are 100% free. So yeah, please do reach out. Fran, you're going to save my info for your next trip.
You must be way beyond
What?
Oh, yeah, you missed a bunch of stuff.
Did I miss?
Yeah.
Oh, how many is considered a group?
Well, Brad asking about Oceana.
Aha, Brad, I'm so sorry. Do we know anything about Oceana? Yes, they're a great travel partner of ours. We booked a bunch. We have a fabulous group cruise. In fact, for those of you watching on YouTube, LinkedIn, and everybody else, I'll put it on the screen. We have a big Alaska group going next year on the Oceana Riviera, 12 nights in Alaska, June 26th through July 8th. We've got 8 ports over 12 nights. If you book a balcony or above with us, now our prices are almost $1,000 less than the public prices right now because we set our group rates quite a while ago. But our cruise is almost all inclusive because our cruise includes the gratuities and the drinks package upgrade. So in addition to everything that Oceana already gives you, we've got that. We were on the Oceana Serena last year. I do have videos on TikTok and I have them on YouTube as well, although my big food review is not up yet. Great, fabulous cruise line. They're a casual luxury line. So I was wearing jeans and a button-down shirt every night to the restaurants. And I was eating lobster, surf and turf pretty much every day at the pool grill. I had lobster many nights in the buffet. So at the buffet, they actually serve cooked to order with lobster, shrimp, steak, lamb chop, and the fish of the day, the catch of the day. For dinner, every single night. That was just a buffet. The main dining room, to me, was better than most of the specialty dining that I've had on other cruise lines. So, up until we went on that ship, Virgin Voyages, I would always say, man, that's the best food at sea that we've been on. But now Oceana is the best for us. So Oceana is an amazing, amazing cruise line. Their newer ships are absolutely beautiful. Their smaller ships are only 650 guests. The Riviera that we're going on is only 1,200 guests up in Alaska. So that's going to be super cool to be cruising like that. So yeah, it's going to be absolutely amazing. And Joyce said she's going on the Islander. Is there something else that
Somebody loves bingo night.
Oh, that was Disney Monique.
And I will say that was our one and only exception to ever gambling on the ship was we did bingo with the Diva. And that was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun, yes.
Vincent wants to know how long does it take to get from Jacksonville to Miami? A while, probably 4 hours plus.
Yeah, four-ish.
Four-ish, maybe a little bit longer. So I haven't driven it. We've driven from Atlanta to Fort Lauderdale, but it's a bit of a haul. If you're up in Jacksonville, you might want to consider driving to the Orlando airport and catch the Brightline and go the rest of the way down. MG, hey, Walt, what's the best way to get to City Center in Rome from the cruise port? You're doing the Norwegian Viva. So one, you're just going to want to check to see, I'm sure Norwegian is running a shuttle that you're going to have to pay for. But the convenience of that is you will come off the ship and you'll go straight to that shuttle. That'll be super convenient. You can also do trains. There are trains that go there. But if you're going to do the trains, you've got to study them because there's 2 different trains. One will get you there a lot faster. One is more like a local, so it's going to make all these stops along the way. The other one is more of an express with less stops. But those are the 2 best ways that I know of to get from the port. It's about an hour, so just keep that in mind. So you're going to lose 2 hours of your day getting there and getting back. So keep that in mind. You do not want to miss all aboard. Don't take the last train that's going to get you back because if that train breaks down or there's issues, give yourself at least an hour cushion on your way back just in case something happens with the train. So have a great time. So have we been to Charleston? Yes, we've been to Charleston. Oh, wow. Vincent the Floridian just getting all upset.
I don't know how to make those go away.
Yeah. That's just a shame that when people just, get all, you just mute the account, make it go away. So Rebecca is my moderator.
But, I mean, just ignoring all that.
Yeah.
Walter takes his time answering questions, so it will take him a while to get to you. You can't expect an immediate answer because there's about,
Oh, you know what happened?
Comments.
He kind of blocked off a whole bunch of questions. That's why I didn't see them. So I'm so sorry, folks. Yay. You're welcome, everybody. Prayers for no hurricanes this year. Well,
that's not happening.
That's not happening. What we hope is that nobody gets hurt. That's what we really hope, is that nobody gets hurt. So Disney Monique's going to try Tiana. Oh, yes. If you haven't seen it, Tiana's Bayou Adventure. It's not open, but Disney posted a POV video from inside the ride. So the ride that has replaced Splash Mountain is now It's opened up for previews. It's not open to the general public yet. So if you want to see it, I'm not watching the POV because I want to wait until we actually get on the ride. So Liberito, that's fun. Anthem of the Seas to Norway. Ooh, what a great cruise. July 12th. Have an amazing time. Disney Monique, did I hear Disney Cruise also did a group cruise too? Yeah, they have. Do they have groups? No, actually, they don't have groups.
Disney's the one cruise line I know of that does not do groups.
They don't. They absolutely don't. Scott is.
We did look into that.
That's right. They don't have groups. Scott's asking, what am I looking forward to most about the Islander ship? Just the ship. I've gotten to know the Margaritaville team. Those of you who have followed me for a while know that I would not book the original Paradise when it first came out, the Margaritaville Paradise, because I saw what they did. Bahamas Paradise, which was the original owner of the ship, they did not do a good job. Margaritaville resorts are like a 4-star resort. They're really nice resorts. And Bahamas Paradise did not live up to that when they sent the ship in for a botched dry dock. I would not book anybody on it. However, the Islander just had a 4-month dry dock. She had about a month of work before that. She's still having her finishing touches put on when she comes over. It is a proper Margaritaville bought the company in September of 23. They pretty much fired everybody. They're now bringing in, cruise veterans. They've done a really nice job. I've been seeing the pictures of the ship. It looks like they did a really, really nice job. So what I'm really looking forward to is the relaunch of Margaritaville, because this is what it should have been all along. I mean, Margaritaville should be a fun cruise line, right? The Caribbean, Key West, flip-flop, Jimmy Buffett, what can go wrong? I mean, how many of you have been on a Caribbean cruise and not seen Jimmy Buffett playing on the screen? Almost every freaking cruise line plays a Jimmy Buffett concert during the day up on the screen. So Jimmy Buffett and the Caribbean just go together well. Margaritaville and cruising actually should go together very well. So that's what I'm most excited about with this Margaritaville cruise, is that just seeing the relaunch. And a lot of the executives are going to be there. I hope we get to meet his daughter. His daughter is Jimmy Buffett's daughter is the godmother of the Islander. So I'm hoping that we get an opportunity to meet her, because it would be very nice to just hang with her and just chat. So yeah. And now, Scott, we're looking forward to seeing you. Rosie, you're going on the Wonder of the Seas in March, looking at GoPort for transport from MCO. My recommended transport, if you're not using the cruise line transport, is Cocoa Beach Shuttle. Great family-owned company, and they have not failed to get my clients to where they need to be. I don't remember what the price. You just look up Cocoa Beach Shuttle, and it is COCOA, like cocoa butter. And just look them up. Their pricing is right there. You can reserve your shuttles right there on the website, or you can give them a call. Great people. That's what I recommend. So I've never used GoPort.
But I have heard, good things about GoPort. They have a generally good reputation.
Yeah. Thank you, Nurse. Nurse Tara says, pack your patience. I'll get to you. It's a 2-person show. Thank you, Nurse Tara. Man. Tina, can you use those AARP gift cards for deposit? I know you can with Princess, and you can do it with Holland America as well.
I think Carnival,
but I'm not entirely sure. So,
but if you look at when you buy the gift cards, make sure you look at the terms and conditions.
Yes.
It will all be laid out in there.
I haven't shown this in a while, have I? Let's see if I can get the camera. Ooh, there it is, my mug. So just as a reminder, we have our coffee mugs and stuff. If you go to our website, go to the accessories page, and you can order coffee mugs. You can order shirts. You can also see our nice Amazon list of all the things that we like to get for our cruises. So yeah, I think I keep going out of focus again on, why? Because it's so flippin' bright behind me. So it's focusing on that back there. Spike Jones, can I go back and let them know I have an AARP card since my cruise is June 20th? Well, it's too late now. Yeah. No, the AARP membership doesn't get you a discount. It's the gift cards that get you the discount. Yeah,
because basically you're buying the gift cards for a certain percentage off the face value.
Correct. So you're buying a $500 gift card from for Carnival, and you're going to pay $450, and then you use that to pay for the cruise fare. Now, Carnival might allow you to use that on board, but you have to look at the terms. The terms and conditions are right there with all the gift cards, so make sure you look at those. What to do in Bimini? Bimini, you would go to the Resorts World Beach Club, and in Nassau, Stephanie went to talking about Margaritaville, Stephanie went to that Margaritaville right there and went to the water park and had a fabulous, fabulous time. So any opinion on the one thing you'd like to change in cruising? Yeah, I'd like to get rid of the self-serve buffet. I would like the crew to serve everybody. So that would cut down on the norovirus and just some of the disgusting behavior that we see from time to time from people who just like grab at stuff or like they grab something, then they put it back. So that's the one big thing I'd like to see them change in cruising. Another change is already coming. The state of California has already forced this one to happen, where the cruise lines will no longer be able to advertise the prices of their cruises without the port fees and taxes, because they've been doing that all along. So when I price a cruise for you, I have guests going, well, hey, it's $500 cheaper on the Royal Caribbean site. Yeah, put it into the cart so that the port fees and taxes get added. Oh, yeah, now it's the same price. So now they're not going to be allowed to do that anymore thanks to a California law. Yeah, so that's going to be good. Team GM, the gift cards we're talking about. So we're talking about AARP. You can get Carnival, Royal Caribbean, Holland America, Celebrity, and Princess. Yep. So Richie Rich, you're going on the Oceana Marina in 3 weeks. So that should be a lovely ship. So we haven't been on that class of ship yet. But we're going to be on the Riviera in June. So yeah, it should be absolutely stonking fabulous. So I'm really excited about that. But yeah, you're going to have a great time. Oceana is a great cruise line. We really enjoyed that. Nancy, you saw the MSC Eurybia while in Nassau and it made the Emerald Princess look like a toy boat. It's huge. It is. It's one of their newest ships. It's not even their biggest ship. The World Series is bigger. The World class is bigger than that. But the Eurybia is a Meraviglia class, I think, or maybe it's its own class. I don't know. But yeah, they're a big ship. Is our group full for Alaska? No, it is not. You can still come join if you book a balcony. So Oceana Cruises, and for those of you just tuning in, it is the Oceana Riviera sailing June 26th through July 8th of 2025. We're sailing from Seattle. It'll be 8 ports, including Icy Strait Point, where I do intend to do the world's longest, fastest, tallest zip line. But Oceana includes all of your meals, the soda, the specialty coffee. They include beer, wine, champagne with lunch and dinner. You get a $600 shore excursion credit. So the first $600
for that particular
2 people.
Cruise.
Yeah. And if you join our group and you book a balcony or higher, you're also going to get prepaid gratuities, and you're going to get the drink package upgrade, which is a $1,200 package included in the cruise fare. Plus, our fares are something like between $600 and $1,000 off the public price right now, because we locked in our rates about, 8 months ago now. So yeah.
And just a little point of notice on TikTok, if you want to ask a question about Virgin,
we always forget about this.
You can't use the word Virgin because TikTok will block that comment.
We always forget about that every day.
So you have to say VV or just the name of the ship.
Yeah. We always forget about that. If you're watching us on TikTok, there's not a problem on the other channel, but for whatever reason, TikTok's going to block the word Virgin. So if you're trying to ask, just use the word VV. If you're trying to ask a question about Virgin Voyages, and it's so silly because they are one of the largest channels or they are a large channel on TikTok. So it's just kind of funny. Lucky, what travel insurance do we recommend? We get that a lot. We sell and use Allianz Travel for 2 reasons. One, they have really good coverage, but 2, we've been so impressed. I think we're up to 5 clients now that have had to make a claim, including one that canceled like literally days before the cruise due to COVID, and they have processed the claims in a hurry. Another person on the same cruise went through the cruise line, and it took a while for all of that to get processed and everything, whereas Allianz, which is pretty much, a smooth process, and we've had that now with 5 different clients who have had to file claims, and the process has been very smooth. So that's one of the reasons why we do that. But great question. We do recommend everybody get travel insurance because you never know. Deb Powers is sad they're closing the Charleston port. I know it's always sad when a cruise port does close down. Because it's nice to have all those options, right? Even if it's just the smaller ships, it's nice to have an option that you can just drive to. Tampa's starting to come on here. we noticed, and whoever thought Port Canaveral was going to be the busiest cruise port in the world? That's crazy. And then we got more ships coming. We got another pier coming. Oh my God. Disney Monique, your favorite private island was Castaway Key, Labadee, and then Coco Cay is beautiful too. My favorite is actually Ocean Key from MSC. I love that island. But Labadee, it is a shame everything that's going on with Labadee and Haiti, because Labadee is a beautiful. In some ways, I actually prefer to Coco Cay because it's not as built up. It's much more natural, and I really like the beaches there. But I really hope that they can get things under control down there sooner than later, because there's a lot of people who are now out of work. They're not getting the monies and the taxes and everything coming in from Royal Caribbean anymore, from all the guests coming on board. There were a lot of artisans who had arts and crafts and all that good stuff. So I really hope they get that under control.
Although I know we're both kind of looking forward to seeing what Celebration Key is going to be like for Carnival.
My goodness, Celebration Key is freaking gonna be amazing. Number one, they got a lot more room than Coco Cay. Number two, they've already announced the expansion. Number three, and this is my favorite, you're gonna have two versions of an adults only area. You're gonna have the one version that's similar to Hideaway Beach on Coco Cay with the DJ and the music and all of this other stuff. But then you're gonna have a quiet enclave, which is what I'm looking forward to. So I think Carnival is really getting it right. Now, that's going to be a big place. Keep in mind, they're going to be up to 4 ships that can dock on any single day once they get the expansion done. So that is going to be a big place. So I'm really looking forward to Celebration Key. So Pretty TK, when purchasing travel insurance for your cruise, do everyone in your party have to purchase it? Actually, that's a really good question. The answer is no. You can just get it for one person in the cabin if you'd like. So, so you can actually do that. And then you can decide, well, are they going to get the coverage for, like, if it's a $5,000 cabin, are they going to get $5,000 worth of coverage or $2,500 worth of coverage? That's actually a great question. Everybody in the cabin does not have to have travel insurance. Really, really, really good question. So, hey, Celeste Brewer is saying that you can use the Carnival gift cards on board. Now, is that the AARP purchase ones? Because Royal Caribbean has cards that you can use on board, but they have to be the ones that you bought from Royal Caribbean. So yes, okay. So Nurse Tara is saying absolutely yes. So that's the tricky point too. Like Royal Caribbean does have gift cards that you can buy that you can use on board, but if you buy them from AARP, you can't use those gift cards on board. Very confusing. So. Connie, you're fresh off the Carnival Mardi Gras and you were very disappointed in the food. So we had a mixed bag when we were on there. In fact, you're watching us on TikTok, and I know I have it on YouTube as well, my food review. It went very up and down. For sure, the main dining room was my least favorite. The buffet was, it was okay. Rudy Sea Grill was amazing, though. That's one of the best meals that I've had at sea. Now, from guests who have been on the Mardi Gras since us, they said that the new dishes that Emerald introduced are better, but we haven't been back on the ship since I think he introduced like 60 new items that they rotate through. So, but yeah, and food is so subjective. I'm so sorry you didn't have a great time. Shaq's Chicken, if you didn't like anything else, I hope you like Shaq's Chicken, because Shaq's Chicken was my favorite, along with a pizza. Constant, do you just contact us? Yes. You just contact us. There are links. You're watching us on TikTok, so just click my logo. There's a link tree. The very first link is contact us, and the way it works is you set up an appointment. So, because if you call me, if you try to cold call me, I'm probably not going to answer the phone because I like to be prepared for that first call. And then you just set up a time that works for you, and I just give you a call. And then our services are 100% free. Our services are always 100% free to you. So. Nurse Tara. Well, Carnival cards. So you're saying that Carnival cards from AARP are the easiest to use. Carnival, Princess, and Holland. They're the 3 easiest to use because I can just simply apply them right on the spot. So yeah, I love that. Sorry if it's already asked. Which cruise line do you recommend for older adults, late 70s? That totally depends on what you're into. I mean, we have booked everything from, say Seabourn over to Royal Caribbean Oasis class ships and Icon ship. There is no specific recommendation for an age. Age is just a number. How do you feel? What do you want on the ship? There are 70-year-olds that want the water slide. They want to go hang out on the water slide. When we were on the Mardi Gras, there was this older couple that were absolutely adorable that were kind of like playing in the splash pad with the kids. They were having a ball with the bucket dropping down and all of that good stuff. So it really is not a cruise line. It's a particular ship and an itinerary that suits what you want. Do you want very high-end food? Do you want Broadway-style shows? Do you want all-inclusive? Do you want, so, traditionally, people, well, I'm getting older, so I should go on Holland America, I should go on Celebrity, I should go on Princess, I should go on Viking, but that's just, traditional talking there. If you want to go on the Icon of the Seas and enjoy that Category 6 water park, you should go on the Icon of the Seas and enjoy that Category 6 water park. So I don't have a particular, that's the question that I get a lot is, what do you recommend for XYZ? I don't. We need to have an intake call so I can talk to you and find out what specifically are you looking for, because Icon of the Seas might be perfect for you, or maybe the Azamara Pursuit, which is 670 guests doing an intensive cruise of Greece, where you're going to hit ports that you can't hit with any other cruise line because they're the only ones that go there. So I know it's a total non-answer. But it's true. We custom plan everything based on what you want. Traditionally, you would say Princess, Celebrity, Holland America, cruise lines like that. But it's not a traditional world anymore. It's what do you want out there? And there's 360 plus cruise ships out there that we can put you on. So if you want to chat, absolutely, just reach out. I would be more than happy. Paul, Allianz covers pre-existing. So Allianz does cover pre-existing conditions with your travel insurance if you book within 14 days of making your deposit. Now, through my host agency, KHM Travel Group, we have access to a secondary travel policy, which is called a group policy, where they basically put all of our insurance policies together as a big group, where we have pre-existing condition coverage all the way up until final payment. So as long as we book you into that particular policy, now that policy costs more than the one if you get within 14 days, but we do have that option. Hey, Macomania says that joining AARP right now is only a $9 special. So folks, what, $9 for a year?
Yeah.
Man, go for it. Join AARP.
And I think the standard rate's only like $14 or $15 for a year. So much. Even for the second year, it's not going to be outrageous.
Yeah. Constance, you're interested in the group cruise? Yeah, just go ahead and reach out to us. Actually, so Constance, you're watching us on TikTok. I'm all but certain there is a link to our webpage that has all the information about that cruise. We literally have a whole page with all the information, Constance. So you click my logo, click that link tree, or just go to where'swaltertravel.com and go to group cruises. It's the first or the second one. All three of our group cruises are on our website, and it has all the information. And there's no pricing because we're not allowed to show the pricing because it's lower than the public price. So we're not allowed to show the pricing online. But it's a round trip, Seattle, June 26th through July 8th. Do I have the ports in here? I don't know if I have the ports. I don't have all the ports in here.
And if you can't figure out the link, if you can't figure out the link tree thing, you can always go to where'swaltertravel.com and contact him that way.
Yep, you can contact me that way. So basically, I have an online calendar. You can set up an appointment with me every single day except for Mondays and Thursdays. So just reach out. We would love to have you come on board. Come on board that cruise, Constant, and anybody else who wants to reach out. It is the Oceana Riviera. There's only 1,200 guests on this ship. It's a small ship. It's a great ship to go to Alaska with. I know we talk about Princess and Holland America all the time because those are like the two that we always associate with Alaska. But Oceana is now it's right in that mix too, depending on what the guests want. And just having a small ship with only 1,200 people is just going to be absolutely amazing. And it's basically going to be all inclusive. So it's going to be awesome. Megan, my thoughts on Jamie's. I actually have a food review from the Symphony of the Seas on TikTok and on YouTube from Jamie's. It's better than Olive Garden, but that's about all I would say about it. I think if you're going to do it, I'd do it for lunch because I think for lunch it's worth it. It's nice to have an alternative for lunch.
Yeah, and the price is lower at lunch than it is for dinner.
On the Icon, we did not have a chance to go to Giovanni, but we did do a sample menu, and I think Giovanni, just based on that sample menu, was better. I think it was a lot better than Jamie's, but we have not had a chance to actually have a meal at Giovanni's yet. So yeah. Disney Monique, you're on board the Norwegian Gem and Pearl, and you notice the shows are really great. They are, Norwegian has traditionally had really good shows. They're cutting back on their Broadway shows, but they have traditionally had really, really good shows. Nurse Tara wants to know if we're going to go on the World America. Yes, we are going to go on the World America. We just don't know when yet. But absolutely, we plan to go and explore that ship. That might be when we finally get into the yacht club because we haven't done it.
It was up to Walter. We'd get on every single cruise ship out there.
Yeah, I mean, we would never be home. We would just be on, we just, screw renting a house. We'd just go be on a ship every single week if it was me. Nancy said the best excursions you ever did were last week on Princess. Yay! Exciting and fun. That is so awesome. Excuse me. Dub, what are my thoughts on hurricane season? Great question. We get that a lot.
Which just officially started yesterday.
It did. It officially started yesterday. And in fact, I have a TikTok about it. And our wedding anniversary is in September. So we have been sailing hurricane season since day one. And my thoughts on hurricane season are the only impact that it will really have to you as a traveler is if it's going to impact the home port. So let's just say you're sailing out of Miami and the hurricane may impact Miami either on the day that you're leaving or on the day that you're coming back. That's the biggest impact that a hurricane can have on you as a traveler, because remember that cruise ships can move, islands can't. And yes, your itinerary may change. You may have bought an Eastern Caribbean and you're now going to go on a Western Caribbean, or you bought a Western Caribbean, you're now going to go on an Eastern Caribbean just because of where the hurricane is threatening. But if the hurricane threatens the home port, one of two things is going to happen. If you're on the ship and you're out at sea and you can't get back in, well, that's free cruising. You got an extra cruise day. You might have an extra couple of days. The cabin itself, you do not get charged for. Everything on board the ship, you will get charged for. Somebody asked, well, what happened to the drink package? I actually don't know the answer to that.
I think quite often, and I don't know if this is a blanket thing, but I think quite often they extend the package for no additional cost.
Yeah. So,
quite often.
So if you're on the ship, it's a fabulous thing because, unless you got to get back to work, but it's a fabulous thing because you're going to get extra cruising. If you're the one coming to get on the ship and the ship can't get in, your cruise is now going to be shortened and it's probably going to be changed because the cruise line cannot ripple the start. They have very fixed start and end dates for every single cruise. So if your ship is 1 or 2 days late getting in, your cruise is now shortened by 1 or 2 days.
And you will get a refund for those days.
Yeah, automatic refund for the days that you can't sail, and your itinerary will be changed most likely because you're now starting from the port, so now you can't hit everything you were going to hit. So, and you're going to have the option at that point. Usually, if you want to change your cruise, usually they will allow you without penalty to change your cruise. I don't know about the refund policies because the ship is still going out, but they usually allow you to make modifications to your cruise if it's going to mess you up. But my thoughts on cruising hurricane season is just you basically treat it like any other time of the year. The cruise lines do a great job of keeping the ships well away from the bad weather, and you just may have a different cruise. That's all.
Yeah, I have to say we've cruised a bunch in hurricane season. It's a fair chunk of the year. It's June 1st to November 30th.
Yeah, so I mean, if you're not going to cruise in hurricane season, you got a very small window from December to June to go cruise.
So, and the only way we've never had it affect the home port. Came close, but never actually had it affect the home port.
Yeah.
And we've just had some itinerary changes, and quite often nothing has happened.
Yeah, I mean, we sailed. I know I've told this story, but we sailed during Hurricane Irma, which was one of the largest Cat 5 hurricanes to hit. We left Miami 3 days before it got to St. Thomas. It was a 10 or 11 day cruise on the Celebrity Equinox. And we were actually supposed to go to St. Thomas for our first stop. Instead of going to St. Thomas, we ran straight south to Curacao and got underneath the storm. And ironically, we had the best weather I think we've ever had on a cruise. The sea was like flat calm the entire time because when the hurricane comes through, it takes the weather with it. And so we basically followed the hurricane. Our path ended up, we just followed the hurricane back to Miami. And then we had Hurricane Maria behind us. Mm-hmm. But our seas were literally flat calm. We had the best weather. Now, there were 2 stops we couldn't go to because the hurricane, the storm did
St. Thomas and St.
damage
Martin.
them. Yeah. But we were able to hit all the rest of our stops. So ironically, it was like some of the best weather ever. The captain came on every single morning. Here's what the storm is doing. Here's where we are. Here's what we're going to do. I don't think they made any changes other than the start of the cruise. When they started the cruise, they gave us a new itinerary. But, as long as you're able to roll with it, just roll with it. You really got to be able to roll with it in hurricane season because your cruises can change. Deb, you're on the Royal Princess July 3rd through the 10th. Oh, that's awesome. We won't be there, but have a great time. I wish we were going to be there. Pretty TK on VV, which brunch would you recommend? I
like them both.
Yeah, they're different.
I might slightly prefer Razzle Dazzle, but that's me. But
yeah.
Assuming that the app is behaving itself,
yeah.
The brunches do not count against your limited number of reservations you're allowed to make.
Yeah.
So those are really only for dinner reservations.
Yep.
If you're on a 6-day or less, I believe it is, you can make one per, or 5-day or less, whichever it is. You make one per restaurant. And when it's longer than that, you can make 3 per restaurant. But if the app's behaving itself, those brunch reservations should not count against that number. No. So make as many as you want.
Yeah.
Try both.
Yeah. And like Nancy said, it is sad when the hurricane hit. I mean, that is the biggest impact. Us as a traveler, we don't generally get impacted because the cruise line can go other places. But obviously the people on those islands, they're greatly impacted. And that is the big difference. If you're vacationing on St. Thomas or St. Martin, hurricane's coming, you got to hope that you can get on a plane to get off of there. Whereas us on a cruise ship, we're just going to go somewhere else. Now, one of the cool things that cruise lines do, and you may not realize this, but when they start visiting that island again after the storm, they are usually bringing provisions. A lot of these cruise ships are going to load up provisions on the ship and then drop them off at St. Thomas and St. Martin, for example, when they got hit. And that is one of the really cool things. I mean, I know that you see it from time to time when a cruise ship rescues people out at sea, but when storms hit, when islands need things, as much as they can, the cruise lines will try to load up provisions on their ship. So when they visit that island, a lot of times you will look down and you'll see all this stuff being unloaded off the ship going to the island. So that's another cool thing that they do. So folks, I think we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. It is now 12 o'clock Eastern time. We've been going for an hour and a half, and our good buddy Gary Bembridge is launching Tips for Travelers right now on YouTube. So everybody over on the YouTube side, I forgot to look up. I have a guest coming on Thursday night at 8 p.m. Eastern time. I don't remember who it is. So watch this space for Thursday night Eastern on YouTube, LinkedIn, and Facebook. We'll be back live again. And of course, next Sunday morning, we'll be right back here at 10:30 a.m. So everybody on the YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook side, thank you so much for joining us. You have a great day. And please let us know if we can help you with your travels. Where's WalterTravel.com? Links in the description below. Have a great Sunday, everybody. And over here on the TikTok side, man, y'all have been absolutely amazing. If we can